All right. We are wrapping up. This is the last session. So some final thoughts and discussion. First, before I do anything, I just want to say thank you to everyone who participated. The talks were very informative for myself, and it sounds like for some of us in the room and online, it was also informative. I just want to say, as someone who's been working on MIDCA for a while, for like 2 years, it is so nice to have so much content about MIDCA in one place, and it makes me feel like it will be so much easier in the future for people to use MIDCA with these resources available. And it feels great to be sitting in a room and to be streaming online to be talking about MIDCA and see the community grown. So I just thank you for everyone for making this happen. Right, so we had a collaborative brainstorm. So Monday, we're going to have a code release, and at a minimum, we will have metacognitive examples and demos in there working with the functionality and Stravia's goal transformations. We also hope to have Baxter merge with the master branch and to be able to have a meta-reasoning demo using the real-world Baxter. So fingers crossed, if we don't, for any reason, get that out Monday, very soon after we will have that. Shravia is going to work on a tutorial with some screenshots of what she did in her talk, which was very exciting. Matt had asked what are a few more things that will be in this new release. That includes plan monitors and JShop planner. We have the heuristic search planner. We have the NBeacons domain, just to name a few. We need to add a tutorial on logging. That'll be really helpful. And so from our working session, just want to make a quick overview of everything we talked about. We had talked about a lot of really great stuff. So Lauren and Garrett asked, how can MIDCA be used in other applications? How difficult is it to create a new environment or add interface? We think that it's definitely possible. I've written a few domains. I've tweaked some domains for MIDCA. And for the most part, I think if you can write a domain model in MIDCA, which is pretty much like strips, object, predicate representations, and you have an interface for perception, and you have an interface for action, you can get something working, and you can start to use some of the MIDCA infrastructure. Mike has thought about adding Prodigy as a planner. It would be nice. We might be able to have a case-based planner and another state-based version. Meta level. This idea of working with now we have multiple planners. What would be the best planner for a problem? We may want to use multiple planners in a single run. Mike brought that up. Learning problem. Which planner is best for a certain class of problems? There's also non-symbolic planners. So non-deterministic, time duration for actions. That's something we could think about. Where do goals really come from? This is directly related, probably one of the most related questions we could ask from a MIDCA perspective. Why are we going to achieve this goal? Why do we have this goal? The idea of missions, the idea that we can treat goal transformations as a metacognitive planning tool that Shravia will likely work on, has already started working on. So if a goal is unachievable and we don't just want to fail, we want to do something, we can transform the goal. How should we transform the goal? We can use the mission or some knowledge to consider. That's one idea for considering that. We will have another domain at some point very soon, logistics domain. We can also add a neo domain very, very quickly. Those are all kind of like already somewhat working with MIDCA. Sam's going to work with Zora and learn about operators and get some more AI experience. Expanding domains is an idea to get more general functionality to MIDCA, because when we apply MIDCA to a new domain, then it drives us to add functionality like I did with my heuristic search planner. Mike is looking for a student to write a domain where the operators are intend, planned, act, and that's just a fantastically interesting problem. Looking at cognition as a meta planning problem, wow. where do goals? Yeah, then we had some philosophical and interesting thoughts, and so those are the notes. I would like to say I think this has been highly productive and very informative, and I think that we met all our objectives. So we got to see a new user experience. We got to build some resources, strengthen the community, had some people join online, and I think a lot of us are more up to speed with what MIDCA could do. I know I am. So thank you.
Okay,
that's all.
Dustin, before we close, I just wanted to say thank you very much for taking the lead on this project, and that I believe that the objectives have been met. It's been even more so. I've had some good ideas that stimulated my thoughts, and I think given the discussion, there's been a lot of interactions too. We get to better understand what the other students that are working on other parts of MIDCA that we don't directly work on. That's been valuable. I think it's been valuable to the people that have been online to see some of this rather than just try to download the code and figure it out remotely. This is also an artifact that will now be available on the web from YouTube, and we can make a link from the wiki, and it's, I think, going to help grow the community or have a better product and open up other research directions, whether it's with MIDCA or other cognitive architectures. And we have touched on quite a lot of things. It's been certainly, you've been the lightning rod here, but everybody's really helped on this, and so I want to thank everybody, but Dustin in particular, thank you very much. So, and I want to have one last thing, and that is a group picture here after we close. So don't everybody, including the folks in the back, I'd like everybody that's been sit and participated here or listened, we should get a group picture as well. And
sounds great. Thank you, Mike. Okay, I'm now going to close the stream, and we will make all of these available sometime next week. Everyone online, thank you for joining us.